Thank you very much. As you know, running a campaign is not an option by yourself, especially as a county level candidate. For those volunteers who are here with me tonight, would you please just raise your hand? So I have some volunteers with me. I'd also like to, my son works for Ruben Gallego, he's in the back.
Hi everybody.
And then I'd also like to introduce another county candidate, Tim Stringham, he's running for recorder. So, now, how much? We run as a slate. We work together. But let me give you just a few. I just have just a few minutes down here. I'm the teacher. We like paper. So if you see this is mine. And if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. I've been in public education now for 27 years, and I have done every job, including cleaning bathrooms. And when kids need a bathroom cleaned and there's no janitorial staff, the teachers and administrators, and that's what I've done. And I worked in the Maricopa County Superintendent of Schools office as well. But first of all, let me just explain does anyone know what the office is? We just talked about it just a moment ago. Does anyone know? A couple people do. So what this office will do is it oversees the school board election. It oversees replacement of school board members who step down, and oversees financial transactions for school districts, and it also offers homeschooling supports. So that is basically what it does for statutorily. What's going on right now in that office is nothing. Nothing is happening in that office. And I will be the first person that will be able to produce supports for small schools. Has anyone ever heard? There are small schools, such as the Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind, schools for jail schools, students who are in detention. They are receiving no support from this office, and this office can offer that, because when I worked in the office, I was the small schools administrator. Hello? All right, let's see if I can get it to go like this. I was the small schools administrator, and I drove out to small schools in Western Maricopa County, and I was the lunch lady in Mobile, and I was the director of curriculum and instruction in Gila Bend, and I helped Paloma fill up a library that was washed out in a flood. So I did whatever it took to help those schools when the office was functional. Right now in this office, there are $5 to $6 million of missing taxpayer money in this office. It's been happening since 2019. And I have records of it to show what has happened with that through reports and stories from the Arizona Republic. All right, thank you. So,
oh, really? Because I know we had a better one, and I thought maybe they messed it up. No?
I can use my teacher voice.
All right. Sorry,
All
I'm
right.
trying to help.
So I'm a teacher as well. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thumbs up. Awesome. All right. So right now there are $5 to $6 million of missing taxpayer money out of this office. That's our money. It doesn't have to be that way. So what has happened is I was watching some information from the Board of Supervisors this past summer, and I got in touch with, a long story short, Clint Hickman, who is the chairperson of the Board of Supervisors. And I said, Mr. Hickman, why did you pay back the money for the school district that Mr. Watson has not been able to explain where the money went? He said, because we have to. I said, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And so what's happening is we have a $1.7 million federal grant to help students close the gap from academic gap from the pandemic. That's missing. We have a school district called the Maricopa County Regional School District, which is an overlay school district for kids that are in detention, kids that can't go to public schools. They can come to that district and get an education. $2.7 million is missing from that school. Taking it from kids, taking it from teachers. Not acceptable. On top of that, the Board of Supervisors pay back another $2 million, so that way you can keep the school district afloat. So you go 1.7, you go 2.7, and you go 2, and you have more than $6 million of missing taxpayer money that this guy has purposely taken out. No one can find it. No one can find it. Not the Auditor General, not the County Treasurer, and not a third-party organization. They can't find it. That money has been missing since 2019.
Why is he in jail?
Well, that's a good point, because I'm helping him get here. All right, so. Someone asked me what kind of medicine I practice, and I practice surgical removal of fraudulent politicians. So, now that we've done some math, let's find out what we're gonna do to fix this problem. I need your signatures. I need 8,000 signatures. 8,000. I have 2,000 right now. I've got petitions in the back. I've got QR codes. Whatever your flavor is, I will make sure that you have whatever you need to help me get there. I need 8,000 signatures. What am I going to do? I'm going to bring fiscal integrity back to this office because obviously it's not in place. I am going to hire staff that will oversee that dollar for dollar transaction out of that office in that school district to make sure that that money's not missing. And on top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have reports that will be posted. I'm going to fall, aren't I? Okay. I'm going to have reports posted for the public to be able to read and understand where that money is going. Can't have this happen. That's fiscal integrity. That is the first step that I'm going to take. The second part I'm going to do is innovation, because this office is not providing any type of support for schools such as the School for the Deaf and Blind, schools that are jail schools. People deserve the opportunity to get an education, and this office is the one that can do it, and it isn't happening right now. So I've already spoken to tribal superintendents. I've already spoken to the superintendent at the Arizona State, or Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind. I've already spoken to schools that provide education for unaccompanied minors coming up from the border, from South America to the United States, that by law have to have an education which is not being provided. I already talked to those CEOs and those superintendents. So we are going to provide teacher support as far as professional development. We're going to provide curriculum support, because it doesn't matter. A child needs to have the opportunity for an education. They deserve that. It is not their fault. And this office doesn't provide it, but man, when I'm there, it will happen. So we're going to provide innovation. Third thing we're going to do is we're going to also provide inclusion. We are going to include adults with an opportunity to get a high school diploma, not a GED, a high school diploma. There is a law that was passed a couple years ago where only in Coconino, Pima, and Maricopa County that a high school diploma can be obtained. Where does that leave the rest of this state? Those adults don't have a choice. And every adult has the choice. They don't have to take it, but they deserve the choice to get a high school diploma. We're also going to be able to build into that, which is already in place. We're going to expand that for those adults to get a high school diploma, to be able to work on the state apprenticeship program, to be able to get a certification in an area such as construction, such as automotive, such as welding, such as the medical area. 47 opportunities on the state apprenticeship program exist, and nobody is working with those individuals. We are going to provide that in this office for the adults. We're going to include adults in this area. So we are going to make sure that also the other thing I would do, because I think I was coming eventually, we're going to take school board members who step down from their roles, and we are going to allow the school districts to vet who they want to be on their board. That is state law. So when somebody steps down, the school district can take those resumes, they can go through those resumes, pick the top 3, send them to my office, and we will pick one of those 3 because we know that the school district wants those individuals, not Looney Tunes that we have sitting on some of the boards that we have now. That is what we're gonna be doing. Those 3 things. Now, there are a lot of problems in this office. None of you would be wanting to sit here and watch me talk about this all night long, but those are the main issues. There will be fiscal accountability. There will be innovation for schools that it doesn't exist now, and there will be inclusion for adults who deserve the opportunity, whether they choose it or not, to get a high school diploma. And we are going to fix this mess. Help me get him out of here. He's got to go. I need signatures and I need money. I feed the beast every day, and it takes a lot. So I want to thank you for your time